Assalamualaikum to the lecturer. We are from Group 3. My name is AFIQAH binti AHMAD. I was the first presenter. I will present the first question. That is what are the various type of information that you would require to conduct an environmental scan for the Indonesia and Japan office. I need to analyze the political economy and social environment in Indonesia and Japan, and then compare with Malaysia. Indonesia politics is a country that form a union in the government. The politics of this country take the form of a republic and a system of presidential government. Indonesian system of separation of power even use the division of power. For the Indonesia economy, it is on the largest economy in South Asia and the sixth largest in Asia. The Indonesia economy has become one of the industrial economies. In relation to the social environment, Indonesia is often associated with high pollution density and rapid industrialization. They are also often given a lower priority due to high poverty level, also because of less affluent governments. Further, with respect for politics in Japan, Japan adopt a system of constitutional monarchy based on the British system. Parliament in Japan is divided into two, the House of Representatives and the House of Councillors. The Cabinet of Ministers in Japan consists of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. They related to the economy in Japan. Japan industrial social market economy is the third largest in the world. Japan is also the second largest economy in terms of gross GDP, nominal GDP and market exchange rate. The industry is the most important economic sector for Japan, which is heavily depend on the importation of raw material and oil. Meanwhile, agriculture, which is a small economic sector, has high subsidy and is a protected sector. With regard to the social environment, the pollution of Japan is estimated at around 127,614 million people. Japan's society is homogeneous in terms of ethnicity, culture, and language, with a small number of foreign workers. Social welfare spending such as pension. Therefore, based on what we have studied related to politics, economy, and social between Indonesia and Japan, we have choose Japan to open our company there. We choose Japan because Japan and Malaysia have some similarities in terms of politics and some difference related to the economy and social environment. The similarity between Japan and Malaysia are related to politics, as Malaysia also use a system of parliamentary democracy under a constitutional based on the Westminster system, because Malaysia is a British colony. Then, with regard to the difference between Japan and Malaysia relate to the economy, what we can see is that the Japan economy is better than the Malaysian economy. This is because Malaysia is a developing country compared to Japan. Japan is developed country. Then, relate to the social environment between Japan and Malaysia. Japan is a country full of advanced technology and building compared to Malaysia. Japan is more concerned with the welfare of workers and the people than Malaysia.
The answer for second question is that we agreed to choose Japan to set up our branch office in that country because our country has similarities politically, socially, and economically. Among the holistic framework that can be measured in Japan is power distance. Japan is a society with hierarchical boundaries. Japanese society recognizes the position of hierarchy in the social environment. This means that each hierarchy has social levels and has certain powers of influences. Next, truth in individualism. This dimension indicates the degree of interdependence between members practiced by Japanese society. Japanese emphasize the collectivist dimension where they emphasize harmony when in a large group, such as accepting the opinions of others when in a discussion. The third dimension is masculinity. Japan is one of the most masculine societies in the world, yet in combination with their collectivism, assertive and competitive behavior according to masculine. Culture cannot be clearly seen in Japanese society. The fourth dimension is uncertainty avoidance. Japan is one of the most uncertainty avoidant countries on earth. Japanese nation is associated with the fact that they are always threatened by natural disasters such as earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, and volcanic eruption. Therefore, the Japanese will learn to always be prepared for uncertain situations. The fifth dimension is long-term orientation. Japanese see their lives as very short in the long history of mankind. The Japanese assume that they need to do only the best in their lives, and that is all that can be done. Nation of the one and only Almighty God is not familiar to Japanese.
Assalamualaikum. My name is AHMAD HAKIMI bin ABDUL HALIM S 54871. Identify potential challenge will you face in managing cross-culture issue between Japan and Malaysia. Managing cross-culture issue between two different culture groups, be it in the organization or the issue between the consumer, certainly will have obstacles and its own challenge. There come in many different forms that are challenge in communicating, the different in word style, the factor of individualism, and also masculinity and femininity factor. Firstly, I will be challenged in communicating. Although most people will use English in communicating in cross-culture organization, but cutting slang or misuse of word in English, as it is the second language for both parties, may cause misunderstanding. Next, there may also be an issue in different of word style. When it comes to a cross-culture team members, it is to no surprise that each member will have a different word style that differ according to the culture. Some culture may influence more individual work style and individual opinion and contribution, while some culture may stress on the role of leader as the key decision maker who has the power over the subnet. Other than that, the two different culture can also have the two different belief, which is individual and collectivism. The team member who has individual belief will have perception that they are responsibility only for themselves, which can cause the lack of belief in teamwork firm. Thus, while the team member who believe to qualitism may lack the capability to work by their own and always find the need to get help from others. There are the challenge that may occur can also be caused by the masculinity and femininity factor. Masculinity is described as a preference for accomplishment, heroism, and material success in culture. Femininity is described by a preference for relationship, modesty, compensation for the poor, and high quality of life. That's all. Thank you.
So, to hire a managers among the local people, there are skills, responsibilities, and requirements that must look for when drafting the job description for manager roles. First, we must take a look on the candidates that have a management function. There are 4 type management function, which are planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. The planning, which are they set goals, establish strategies for achieving those goals. For organizing, they're arranging the structuring works that employees to do to accomplish the organization goals. For leading, they motivate subordinates, help resolve work conflict. For the controlling, to ensure goals are met and work is done as it should be. Managers monitors and evaluate performance. The second requirement that we must look on to hire a manager's job role is managerial roles. There are 10 managerial roles, include figurehead, leader, liaison, monitors, disseminator, and spokesperson, entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator, and negotiator. After that, the management skills are most required to get a job for the manager's role. Managers need 3 critical skills in managing, which is technical, human, and conceptual. Technical skills are the job-specific knowledge and technique needed to proficiently perform work tasks. Interpersonal skills, which involve the ability to work well with other people, both individually and in the group. Conceptual skills are the skill managers use to think and to conceptualize about abstract and complex situations.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Muhammad RAHMAN bin AZHA. My meeting number is S56840. Today I will present about my activity. I present our number 5. Is what activity the program use need to be implemented by manager to ensure the employees are familiar with the practice of the country of origin. Among all the activity, they need to be implemented as management to ensure the employers are familiar with the country of origin is to build an protective culture of origin equality. In a country of origin, because experience so far so the culture is paramount determinant of quality, becomes to have more quality in their company. Strategy change in the form of the local culture, change to region or customer, trust and motivation need to be made. Similar position. We also obtain from other case study to assess the importance of culture in the context of quality. How culture is formed and how it can be nurtured need to be understood. Innovation that want to strive to achieve quality, some value and return need to be valued and added. Next, the leader should give the full commitment to the work given and give some motivation to his employers to get acquainted with the country of origin culture. Leader of the organization, including director, manager, and other executive officers, need to demonstrate their commitment to the quality objective. The purpose, the commitment should translate into action that encourage, support, and facilitate quality improvement effort. They require them to quickly get to the work culture in their place of origin. The next is conduct training program for employees who are just setting visit the country culture in other country. Formal and non-formal training method can be used. Ongoing remind should be given through the building, and poster. Two lists of the training may be available from constant instruction from outside the organization. However, as many people possible information training, it becomes expert. There are aspects of quality management. Later, they will come relation referring expert internal who able provide knowledge into the experience and experience gained in the organization. At the same time, we also create an atmosphere of culture that encourages learning. They become become more familiar with the work culture is outdoor where or with the authority of the region. That's all from to me, and thank you.
Question number 6. What are the behavior or attitude that employers in the organization should demonstrate to ensure a cooperate culture that accept their cultural difference and create a sense of inclusiveness? So firstly, the behavior or attitudes that employees in the organization should demonstrate to ensure a corporate culture that accepts their cultural difference and create a sense of inclusiveness is strong work ethics. Employees value employers who understand and have a willingness to work hard. In addition to working hard, it is also important to work smart. It means learning the most effective ways to complete tasks and finding ways to save time while completing daily tasks. It is also important to care about your job and complete all projects while maintaining a positive attitude. Doing more than expected at work is a great way to show management that you are using good time management skill and are not wasting valuable company time attending to personal issue unrelated to the job. Decrease in today's job market are quite common, so it is important to recognize the values and personal attribute. Employers want to increase their job opportunities in the event of their layoff. So secondly, dependencies and responsibility is important for employees in the organization. Employers value employees who come to work on time when they are supposed to be and are responsible for their action and behavior. It is important to make sure supervisor keep up with changes in your schedule, or if you are late for any reason. This is also means make sure your supervisor tell you where you were on all the project you have set. Being trustworthy and responsible as an employee show your employers that you value job and that you are responsible for following the project and informing them of their things that should know.
Based on the 7th question, most of the studies and research conducted focus on how the concept of corporate culture can influence and impact the effectiveness, excellence, and glory of an organization. The process of change also depends on the size, structure, system, and history of how an organization exists. Thus, a change in a corporate culture does not necessarily involve the entire value system and norms of the organization. Instead, it may only occur on some fundamental change in the culture itself. The corporate culture of an organization can influence the success or excellence of an organization in implementing established policies. Some of the factors culture characteristics that distinguish most organizations include values. None is right or wrong, but organizations need to decide which values they will emphasize. These common values include outcome orientation, which is de-emphasizing achievements and results. Organizations usually have a dominant way of valuing people and tasks. An organization with a strong people orientation tends to put people first when making decisions and believe that people drive the organization's performance and productivity. Every organization also puts on emphasis on certain functional areas. Examples of functional orientations may include marketing, operations, research and development, engineering or service. Any organization can have a mix of subcultures in addition to the dominant culture. Subcultures can also cause a serious problem. An organization with a culture built around equality may have trouble if their national culture emphasizes hierarchy and expects people to bow to authority.
Question 8. How do organizations benefit from an effective cross-country organization with a strong corporate culture? First, the benefit that can be gained from an effective cross-country organization with a strong corporate culture are gaining better insight, producing, engaging employment, encouraging innovative ideas, increasing the communication skill, developing better management skill, and gaining benefit from the diversity. Second, the benefit that can be gained in the company will be able to produce more engaging employees. Employee engagement has been decreasing in recent years, which can have a significant impact on the organization's overall productivity. Thus, it is a must that the organization move to a team-oriented structure, which will improve organizational dynamic by increasing team bonding. A strong leader in charge of a cross-functional team will help to break down and bridge the gap between team members, hence creating more engaging team members. Third benefit that can be gained it will encourage innovative idea in the organization. Cross-functional teams are said to be a major investment for teams to increase efficiently and collaborate. This is due to the fact that a collaborative team generates new ideas which lead to creativity. It's a brilliant way to get creative minds to collaborate and come up with new ideas that set companies apart from their rivals. When diverse minds in different positions are brought together, they are able to think outside the box and produce significantly better results. People who think in a new way are more likely to make good decisions, take better change, and be more innovative and creative. That's all from our group. Thank you.